Welcome to the verdict of Australia Decides, Jan-Feb 2012. You're here with TJ. The time at the moment is 7:39 p.m. on January the 26th. Happy Australia Day to all the RL Aussies out there, which translates to 1:38 eRep time on day 1528. The eAustralian congressional elections wound up just a little over 2.5 hours ago. We're now looking at the results as they come in. So, minus election committee phase checking, it stands pretty well as it did. AMP were the ones who made the greatest bounce back, but let's go through the results individually. AI ended up with 10 seats. It's a net gain of 2 based on last election's results, and these are all based on last election's results for the gain and loss. APP ended up with 9 seats. There's a net loss of 2 based on last election. AMP had a bit of trouble in the second quarter there earlier this morning in RL time. They lost 4 seats based on the initial count of 8. Anyway, they came back with 3 of them to end up with a net loss overall of 2, with 7 seats in the new Senate. The Nighthawks were the strongest performer. I originally reported that they were going to make a net gain of 4 seats. Their end result was true to form. However, I failed to take into account Henry VIII's emigration to Brazil. Based on that, they're still the strongest performer with a +3 gain in the next Senate. The Green and Gold Party couldn't make up their stoush with the APP in the final stretch. They wound up with the status quo as was going through the day with 6 seats, which is a net loss of 4 from last election, taking into account Wally Wilson's resignation as well. So when you look at the results, 40 seats this month, 21 seats to claim a majority, confirmation as a hung parliament. And as a special treat for everyone here, I've actually done a run-up of all the new senators-elect so everyone can get to meet them, so to speak, and what have you. I've taken the results away because the counts are going to be done, and results at the end of the day is just a matter of getting you elected. So when all is said and done, let's run through them. For the Nighthawks, we have Shoft, APP, Green Imp, Let's Rock and Roll from the Australian Independents, Paul J. Keating from the APP, MGB Guy from the Australian Independents. Sliding on through, Arca from the APP, Arca 7, sorry, Damien Narossi from the Nighthawks Military Council, H. Nelson from AI, Marcus Arolia from the APP, a name that I can't pronounce, that I'm not even going to try to, ending in .com from the Nighthawks Military Council. On the next page we go across, and Ali Milano from the AMP has got through, so has Serenity from the Australian Independents. Bender 33 from the Green and Gold, Lord Ferrum from the AMP, and Tekra 2K11 from the Nighthawks Military Council also. Continuing on, Costa Sig from the Australian Independents made it on through, as did Mikey 246 from the APP, Callum 123 from the Green and Gold, Mick Matty from the Green and Gold, and that name again that I'm not even going to try and pronounce, we'll just call him Max from the APP. JX3 from the Nighthawks, Lanier's Loss from AI, Hodds from KHMC, Flatty, the incumbent speaker from Green and Gold, and of course myself from the AMP. The next page, John Malcolm's making his debut in EOS politics for the APP, Raboa from the APP, another debut, freshman senator from the AMP, and RL mate of mine, Reg Ambrose, Rockstar Hun from the AI, Mr. Crocodile from the AI. Going on now to TD 17,000 from the Nighthawks Military Council, former Great Australian Prime Minister Sir Constant from the AMP. Then we go below the line for the wildcard ballots that got elected up to the 40-seat count. Mick Mudkip from the Green and Gold, Phoenix Green from the APP, Withherd 1 from the Green and Gold, and on the last page, Durka Jihad for the AMP. Allan 15 from the AI, Stan Esler from the AI, Javado from the Nighthawks Military Council, and Mark Brennan from the AMP. Also, as a little treat, deeply digging into eAustralian politics, I've come up with a few favourites based on conversations so far who would be considered the likely candidates for the Senate leadership. You don't really need to look too far. There's a general consensus that in a new Senate there will be a motion of support for Paul J. Keating from the APP. Very outspoken up-and-comer, does so with respect, does so with decorum. He is well loved across the aisle. He's a no partisan nonsense politician, and he's an up-and-comer. He's done his one term, he's done his duty. He doesn't qualify for Speaker, but he certainly qualifies as the next Deputy Speaker, and most of the parties generally confirm that at the moment. So it is likely that whilst there'll be probably many contenders, all eyes are on PJK to be the next Deputy Speaker of the House. For the next Speaker, rumours are there's going to be a challenge to Mr. Flatty, the incumbent Speaker. Lovely bloke and all, but it also looks like that the popularity is rising in the chamber for Lord Ferrum. He's probably one of the most respected AMP members in the new Senate. He is the current party president of the AMP, has led this campaign through very tough circumstances, and at the end of the day pulls away, even though on paper from the last election at a net loss of 2, ends up with a net loss of 1 based on 24 hours ago. So it is possible, from what I'm hearing, that Lord Ferrum may be supported. It is not known whether or not he actually wishes to vie for the position. I'm hearing he has not made a move, but there are people across the caucuses which I understand are whipping the votes for him. So good luck to him, Flatty, and any other candidate who wishes to put their name forward. Anyway, it has been a privilege to be able to present these little things for the last 3 runs now to cover the election. NRL, as everyone knows, I'm in politics, and I absolutely love looking at these numbers when they come through. They tell such a story. And people say, oh, it's based on numbers on paper, it's all about ego, but really what it does, it shows you a lot. You can have a look at your past trends. Next election and EOS, I probably won't even be around because I'm actually running NRL for City Council. So, and also we have a state election here in Queensland as well, so probably find 1 or 2 e-Republicans who are in NRL politics in eAustralia. Might actually be notably absent from the next campaign, but nonetheless, it's been a really good opportunity to be able to throw this into an e-sense anyway, have a bit of a play and see what comes out of it, and thank you very much everyone for your positive comments. That is Australia Decides, the Australia States Decides rather, January, February 2012. The people have indeed spoken. I'm TJ, thanks very much.